Good afternoon and welcome. I'm just gonna give a couple of seconds, to allow most of our attendees to come in before we start the business of the day. Once again, I can see a couple of names, some familiar names on our attendees list. You guys are welcome once again. Okay. Good afternoon once again and welcome. For those of you that are joining us for the first time, my name is Gagba Shokominche Yahaya, and I'm the training coordinator with the Temple Small Business and Development Center. The Temple Small Business and Development Center helps small businesses start and grow. We offer one-on-one consulting and a variety of low to no-cost webinars. We are proud to be part of the nationally accredited network of the Small Business and Development Centers, which has over 1,000 networks across the United States of America. You are here this afternoon for a webinar on video marketing, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram Live. Being a webinar, all attendees have been muted. However, we always encourage you to drop your question in the Q&A or the chat box. In addition to this, a copy of the PowerPoint and the link to the recording will be sent to all the attendees. Without further ado, please allow me to welcome our wonderful presenter, even as she takes over the floor for the presentation. Ms. Felicia, you're welcome.
Thank you, Gabby. Thank you for that wonderful, and thank you for joining us today, everyone that's coming in. We have a lot of people that registered for this webinar today, which seems to be a very important webinar. So before I start getting started with the presentation, the first thing I want to do is I want Gabby to put a poll into the group. So we'll give you guys a few minutes once he puts that poll in, and then we're going to get the results, and then we will get started. So Gabby, whenever you're ready, stick that poll in the group.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Well, I just launched it.
So we'll give you a few minutes to do the poll, and then we'll see where we are. And then after that, like I said, we'll get started. We are going to ask that you hold your questions until the end of the presentation. This is a short PowerPoint, so you will have time to ask me questions. I just want to remind everybody that this is not a webinar where I am teaching you how to do Facebook, Instagram, or YouTube. You can go into Google and find that out, or go to YouTube and have them show you how to do that. Basically, what this presentation today is about is to share with you some tips and tools and techniques that will help you get out there and stand in front of your competition. So keep that in mind when you're asking questions later. Again, I'm not showing you or telling you how to do a Facebook, Instagram, or a YouTube. I am showing you how to get out in front of your competition, how to present yourself and your business.
Okay, I think I'm gonna end the poll now. Virtually everybody has actually answered his or her question. So should I go ahead to share the results?
Yes, please.
Yes, please.
Okay, now I did say in the chat that some people said, what if we do all three? Hey, if you do all three, that's fantastic. That means you're a lot ahead of most people. So I see that a lot of you chose Facebook. We have Instagram in the middle, and we have YouTube as a third. Okay, all right. So I like to do these polls so I can get a general idea of what you're using now, what you're doing now, and then hopefully after the presentation, you guys will have a better idea of how to maximize the tips and the tools that I'm about to give you.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, let's get started. So first of all, welcome again, my name is Felicia Shankin. I want to thank Temple SBDC for allowing us to bring this presentation to you for a second time. So again, like I said, it must be a very important time. I feel it is, because now we're living in a digital space more than ever. And if you want your business to thrive and survive, you have to know digital marketing. So who am I? All right. So again, like I said, my name is Felicia Shankin. I am the CEO and the founder of the Philadelphia Women's Network Connection. And also our nonprofit is called the PWNC Foundation. On Tuesdays, I host a live stream on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube called Unapologetically Me. That airs every Tuesday at 12:30 Eastern Time. And we just premiered, I'm happy to say, this week, our international podcast with the same name, Unapologetically Me. And it's going to be syndicated in 160 countries and 48 languages. You might see me look to the right every now and then. That's because I'm working off of 2 screens. So my background, I came from radiology, the medical background, for a number of years. And then I went back to school to get an associate's degree in nursing from Gwyneth Mercy University. Shout out to Gwyneth Mercy. I worked for the Department of Veteran Affairs here in the city of Philadelphia for 9.5 years before deciding to pursue entrepreneurship full-time 4 years ago. So to me, that was the best thing I ever did. Now, I love working with the veterans, but it was time for me to go and do something on my own. So what you're going to learn today, again, if you have questions, put them in the chat, put them in the Q&A, and I will address them for you at the end. So this is what we're going to learn today. How to create a plan to help you win in your business with video marketing, how to market your business using video on social media, how to stand out using video marketing in your business, and do what your competitors are not doing with video marketing. Now, I remember going back, some of you said that you're using all 3 platforms. So I'm sure out of all the 3 that you're using, there's probably 1 or 2 that you're getting more responses on than 3 of them. So my advice would be to you with the video marketing, if you have an audience, say more on Facebook, I would maximize that more. If you have an audience more on Instagram or YouTube, I would maximize that. I wouldn't say don't go and market it on those, but you want to go where your, where you have your following at. So let's go into the video platforms that you might be using. So what are you using now? Okay. What is your preferred video platform? Me personally, I like Facebook, even though I use Instagram and YouTube. I probably use Facebook and YouTube much more because I do have a digital show that I do every week. So it shows up on those platforms. And also I share it with LinkedIn. So how long are you staying on these platforms? Now, I'm sure you can relate to this. How many of you have gotten onto someone's Facebook Live or Instagram Live, and they're just going on and on and on and on in this live? And you're like, okay, well, you've been on here for 30 minutes and I still don't know what it is you're talking about, whether it's a product or service or whatever it is, So after I would say the attention span nowadays, because we're all in front of a computer the majority of the time. I mean, we're starting to break out a little more and go to live events, but the attention span being on a computer these days, I would say is probably 2 minutes, if that. People just want to get on and they want to get off. So when you're doing your video marketing and your digital marketing, keep that in mind. You want to get on, you want to give your message, and you want to give off. Before you get off, you want to leave a call to action. Call to action meaning is, what do you want your audience to do? So if I'm getting on and I'm giving you a live on Facebook, and maybe I want to talk about my organization, which is the Philadelphia Women's Network Connection, I'm going to let people know what we do in our organization. We help women that are looking to grow their business. How do we do that? By resources, by events, webinars, mentoring, training. So I'm going to have this all written down. So when I do my live, I'm going to get in, I'm going to give you the information, and I'm going to get out. And you'll appreciate that because you'll be like, okay, well, she gave us some information, but she didn't give us enough information, but I'm curious, so I want to know more. So I'm going to reach out to her. So always think that whatever you do, especially when it comes to video marketing, you have to be very strategic. Okay. So how many days a week are you using these platforms? Me personally, if you're anything like me, I run 2 organizations. Okay. I don't have the luxury to be on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram every day. I just don't. Yes, I could probably hire someone to do that, but why? Why would I want to, right? I know the messages. I might set up where I'm doing Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I might do Monday and Wednesday. Now, this is video marketing. Do not get that confused with posting about your business, because if you're not talking about your business every day in some type of way, then you're going to get lost. You're going to get lost in this digital world, especially if you have a small business. It's so easy to get lost. So you have to stay front and center always. You have to let people know, hey, I have a business. This is what we do. You might want to throw up a post one day. You might want to do a live one day. You might want to do another live where you have someone come in and talk about your services or your products. So again, you have to be strategic in whatever it is that you're doing. So if you decide I want to do a live twice a week, then fine, break it up. You might want to do one on Tuesday. I wouldn't say Monday. The reason why Monday, because Monday is the beginning of the week. Everybody is like reading emails and they're going through stuff. And Monday seems to get very, what is the word I'm looking for? Overcrowded. So Tuesday is a nice day. Wednesday is a nice day if you want to do some type of video marketing. Friday is good. However, Thursday is good too. If you're going to do Friday, make sure you do Friday during the day, because Friday evening, people are toned out. They're tired. The week is done. They're getting ready for the weekend. You know, they're now starting to relax. So in the evening, they're not looking to do you know, any type of, you know, looking at a live about somebody's business. You know, they're not going to, they're just not. So again, when you are looking to decide what days you want to do your marketing on, have a plan. What is your message? You don't want to get onto, the last thing you want to do is get onto a live and you're fumbling over your words, you know, you're talking. Now, granted, we're all nervous when we're in front of an audience. I understand that, okay? And we know we get on there in our head, and it's happened to me many times, and trust me, I do these trainings, I do my own trainings for my organization, I do public speaking, and you know, you don't want to get into your head because you know the message that you want to portray. I'll give you an example. I did a women's luncheon in last month in New Jersey. And it was a women's business lunch. Now, in my head, I knew the message that I wanted to give the ladies standing there in front of them. There was about 70 something that was registered. This was a paid luncheon. Okay. I knew the message I wanted to portray to them. However, when I got up there, I started looking at my notes, and the messages that I wanted to portray to them and tell them didn't come out. What came out was what I had written down, because had I not, I probably would have been up there, and I only had like 15 minutes to speak. So I wanted to make sure that in that speaking, I left a lasting impression, and I didn't want those women leaving like, oh, well, she just came and she told me something I already knew. No, I left them with a question. The question I left them was, first of all, I picked 3 people out in the audience. I said to them, what is your superpower? You know, I got one lady that said, oh, I'm good at connecting. Another one said, oh, I'm good at bringing events together. Another one was like, oh, I'm good at marketing, whatever. So I said, okay, that's great. I said, but think about this. Your superpower is you. No one else can do what you do. The things you said to me, that is just a plus for you, but your superpower is really you. So I cannot tell you how many people after my talk, after the luncheon, came up to me and said to me, that was so powerful for me to leave with. So again, you have to do things with intention. So what is your message? Make sure your message is clear, and make sure that people leave knowing what your message is. And it's no different on digital marketing. So who are you targeting? Are you targeting millennials, baby boomers, Gen X, Gen Y, Gen Zs. Who is your target? You have to make that clear. You can't say, well, everybody's my target. No, everybody's not your target, because you're not going to pitch the same digital message to millennials that you're going to do to baby boomers. Baby boomers now are in their 50s and their 60s, some are in their 70s. You're not going to go and talk to them maybe about TikTok. Whereas millennials, you're going to talk to them about TikTok because you have a lot of millennials, Gen Zs, Gen X, Gen Ys on there. So you have to find out who is your target. Once you find that out, then you create your message and then you go from there. So why do you want people to watch you or listen to you? Okay, what makes you different than a million other people that are on Facebook Live, YouTube Live, Instagram Live? What makes you different? What are you saying different? What are you doing different? I have a women's networking group. Do you know how many women networking groups are here just in Philadelphia alone, outside of Philadelphia? So what makes you different? You know, how does that make you stand out? What are some of the things, the tips, the tools, and the tricks that you do in order to make people want to listen, talk, and watch you? So again, you want to do things strategically and with a purpose. All right, so this is simple stuff here, getting yourself set up. All right, so if you're already doing, again, like I said, I'm not teaching you or training you how to get on Facebook or get on Instagram or get on YouTube. I'm teaching you the techniques. So getting yourself set up, again, who is my network? Who am I talking to? I know that my network are women business owners. So every time that I'm going to do a Facebook Live, an Instagram Live, or a YouTube video, I'm going to make sure that I am targeting those women entrepreneurs out there with the message that I have, letting them know what we can offer them, what we can do for them, how we can help them grow their business. What is their business? Do you have a product? Do you have a service? You might have both. You have to get that clear. You have to let people know. So if you have a product, okay, you know that you are going to advertise a little differently than if you have a service. So for instance, I'm working with a young lady now who has a hair care company, okay? And not only does she have a hair care company, but all her products are natural products. I love her products. I use them. So I really believe in what it is that she's doing. She's doing fantastic as far as sales. Her problem is marketing. She's not good with marketing. She's not good with getting herself out there and getting the exposure that her business needs. So, you know, as I'm working with her, I said to her, you have a product. People can't, she lives in New York. People can't physically touch your product. They can't see how maybe the gel goes in your hair. They can't see how maybe the soaps, how well they do for your skin. So you have to create an illusion for them about your product. You have to get out of your comfort zone. She didn't want to do any type of live. She didn't want to, you know, share her Facebook page or anything like that. And I said to her, I said, you got to get out of your comfort zone. You don't have to pay someone to go and use your products and do a video about that. You have enough of that. You got clients that are happy. They can do their videos for you. You can put it on your website. Everybody's happy. I said, you want to get on there and show people you using your product on yourself. Show people you making your product. She makes all her products in her home. They're all natural. And I said, that's what you have to show. You know, you get on there, wow, this smells really good. Look at my hair. It feels so soft. Give them that illusion where they're sitting there and they can feel that to the point almost you can say, this turmeric soap I made, the smell of it is fantastic. So now I'm sitting there and I can almost smell your soap. So you have to give them that illusion. What are your video tools? There you see a ring light. Okay. Some people have the ring light that sit on the desk. The one to the right is the one that I have. I like that one because it has different settings. I can change the lighting and different things like that. You see there's a computer, there's a video. As a matter of fact, that one on the right almost looks like my desk. So you see there's a lot of stuff there. I don't have, of course, 2 laptops. I don't need all of that. But my microphone for my podcast, you know, and everything. Or, you know, if you want to get so sophisticated and spend a lot of money, you can do the one on the left where you can get those ring lights and they attach attach right onto your computer and it still looks nice. So now, do you need a microphone? Do you need a headset? I'm on a Mac. I don't have a headset. I don't need my microphone because their audio and their visual is fantastic. So I don't need anything. You guys can hear me clear. You can see me, I hope, pretty clear. You can see my screen. So you have to decide, do you need those things? If you do, great. If you don't, save yourself some money. Do you need a ring light? I suggest that you get a ring light. If I turned my light off now, it would be dark here in my office. I mean, you see the background where you have the sunlight coming through, but it would be dark in here, especially if you're doing meetings. Again, we're still in this pandemic. A lot of meetings are being done over video. A lot of people that you're meeting new are being done over video. You want to put your best foot forward. You want to make sure that there's no distractions behind you. You want to make sure the lighting is good so people can see you. Okay, so what time do I want to do the lives and where? Okay, depending on where you are. I don't know where you're coming in from today. We're on Eastern Standard Time. There might be some here on Pacific Time, Mountain Time. You have to decide. Again, it's going to take a little bit of research on your part because you have to know who your audience is, when they're going to be on social media, and where they're going to be on social media. So you know that if Tuesday night at 7 o'clock, people on your Facebook is engaging, that's when you want to do your live. If you know that on Saturday at 10 o'clock in the morning, people are engaging on your Instagram, that's when you want to do your live. So it's going to require a little bit of homework on your part. How long should I stay on? This has been a question that there's no science behind it. There's no right answer. There's no wrong answer. However, I did tell you that people's attention span are getting less and less. So unless you are a rock star and you could get on there and you got like stuff going, clowns in the back and balls up in the air and, fish, jumping behind you and stuff like that, you're not going to keep anybody's attention, especially if you're sitting there and all you're doing is talking and someone is listening to you. You're not going to hold their attention unless you're engaging. So what does your virtual background look like? Is it eye-catching? Now, what I have today is my office background, but when I'm on certain Zooms, depending on what it is, if I'm on a business Zoom, okay, I have different backgrounds I can use, but I usually use my office background, which is here. But if I'm on different Zooms or different things where I want to get noticed, I might have a background that have this green color that you're looking at now, or even lighter, or I might have my logo in the back, or I might have, something that's eye-catching, something that if I'm in a room almost like today with 50 people or more, and I'm looking around on Zoom, first thing I'm going to see is this bright light neon green looking at me. So of course, I'm going to look directly at you and try to figure out who it is that you are. Another thing, when someone asks a question and you're on a Zoom and you're trying to get yourself out there, be the first one. Even if you know the answer to the question, be the first one. Because remember, when you put a question in the chat or a Q&A, okay, your name's going to come up. I usually try to have my company's name on it, and then they're like, oh, Philadelphia Women's Network Connection. What is that all about? Tell me a little more about it. Again, everything you do has to be strategic. Okay, so back to how long should we stay on? 60 seconds, 120 seconds, which is 2 minutes. 30 or 60 minutes. I think 30 or 60 minutes is too long. I think it's too long. I think that you should maximize 2 minutes, get in and get out. Say your message. You can do a lot of little 2-minute videos versus sitting there, because I'm going to tell you guys, to be honest with you, people zone out. They're zone out. And especially at the end of the day, nobody wants to sit on a live, a Facebook, a YouTube. YouTube is different, and we'll get into that a little more. But nobody wants to sit on that and listen to you for 30 minutes to talk about nothing, unless you are Mark Cuban or you are a Beyonce or Jay-Z giving some business tips. Nobody wants to sit there and listen to you talk about your product or your service, unless you're a rock star. I'm just being honest, okay? How long is too long? We went over that. Okay, do I want to do my lives at night or during the day? When is my audience on? We went over that. Am I inviting people onto my lives, a guest or a viewer? Now, a lot of times when you get onto your Facebook lives, of course, your audience, your people, your friends, they don't know you're on live yet. It takes a couple minutes before Facebook sends the algorithm, hey, Felicia's online. She's about to say something. If I'm interested, it comes up in my feed because I'm a friend of yours. I'm going to get on. Okay. So while I'm on the live, you can decide, okay, I did a 2-minute live on Tuesday. Well, Thursday, how about I do a 5-minute live? But in the 5-minute live, I'm going to bring one of my clients on. I'm going to bring one of my customers on. I'm going to bring a business partner on. You know, you see where I'm going with this? You want to build on what it is. Or if you do a Facebook Live or Instagram Live, you can say, hey, if you did it on Tuesday, hey, on Thursday, join us. I'm going to be having XYZ, we're going to be talking about blah, blah, blah. So this way it creates that anticipation. Oh, well, Felicia came on, she told us about XYZ on Tuesday for 2 minutes. It whet my appetite. So now Thursday, she's letting me know she's going to talk a little more. So again, with intention. What are you going to talk about? Are you offering a service, a product, or information? Again, you want to know that before you get on your live. You don't want to get on there and start blubbering, start talking, and then people are like, okay, well, I'm done. I'm toned out. They don't know what they're talking about. They don't even know what their message is. I'm done. The chances of you sabotaging yourself is huge now because people are going to be like, I don't want to get on their lives. They don't have nothing to talk about. It's just a waste of time. All right, so I did this intentionally. These are some Facebook Live tips and tricks. So what I did yesterday is I went in myself, I did a live, and I did this purposely, okay? Now, the difference between her live and my live, okay, she has a clean background here, okay? She's a little made up. She has a dog. Who doesn't love an animal? We all love animals of some kind, right? Okay, I'm a dog person personally, so that's one of the reasons why I chose this. But I went in, I did a quick live. I did it on only me, private settings. So nobody on Facebook would see it. And you can do that. This way it gives you a chance to, if you're not doing them now, it'll give you a chance to kind of get the nervousness out, see what your background looks like, see what you look like on video, and, you know, and learn from that. So what I did is I did it in my kitchen. I made sure the back was all messed up. I didn't have any makeup on. My hair was all over the place. So you know, this is what you do not want when you're doing a Facebook Live or an Instagram Live. You know, you want this background. If you can, don't be in your kitchen. Try to have a background in the back, something that looks nice. You can go onto Canva, which is a free service, and you can make your own graphics, which is free, for backgrounds and Zooms and different things like that. So you want to space out your lives with other Facebook posts. So say like you did a live on Tuesday or a Monday or Wednesday. Okay, so maybe you'll do a post on Thursday or Friday. Or you might be like me, where I post on my personal page every day. I post about either my business or I post about my personal, you know, some of my personal life. I mean, I'm married, I have a family. I don't let people know too much about what's going on in my personal life, but I do let people know, hey, I do have a personal life. So you might see me, my dog, my husband, we're out in the park somewhere, or you might see pictures of me on vacation, and then I'll talk about my business. So you want to mix it up. You don't want to have your feeds where it's just business, 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 because people are toned out. They'll be like, you know what? All she talks about is her business. Does she even have a personal life? People can relate to you more if they feel that you are a human being. So even though I'm seeing Felicia talk about the Philadelphia Women's Network connection, I see she's a human being. Yes, she goes to the circus. Yes, she goes to the parks. Yes, she does this. It's more relatable. And again, remember, people want to connect with those who they trust, like, and know. Keep introducing yourself. You know, just because you're on a live, don't assume that people know who you are, especially if you're on an Instagram live. You know, you got new people every day that's on Instagram, and your live might be reaching other people that you're connected with you don't even know. And the same thing with Facebook. You know, I might get on your live and be like, okay, well, who is this person? Just because Joe knows who Felicia is doesn't mean that Mary knows who Felicia is. Because especially if you put it on public, if you put your Instagram or your Facebook on public, you have people from all over the world looking at this, not just your friends. So they don't know who I am. So just keep saying, hey, I'm Felicia Shankin. I'm the founder of the Philadelphia Women's Network Connection. Thank you for joining me today. What I'm talking about in the Facebook Live, what I'm talking about in the Instagram Live, even if I do a YouTube video, blah, 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 blah. You guys get the gist of it. Make the video visually engaging. So that's more for if you are on YouTube. However, again, you don't want this background. You want something that's easy, looks nice, and you're not focusing on the background. You're focused on her and the dog. Where me, you're looking in the background. Wow, she's in her kitchen. What she has in her kitchen? What's this? What's this? What's this? You know, you don't want that. You want the focus to be on you. Make it spontaneous if you can, with a purpose. Now, I did say if you did do a Facebook Live or Instagram Live or YouTube, you want to let people know, yes, I'm going to be doing blah, blah, such and such, but you want it as it's spontaneous. Sometimes it may be. You might be out in the park and you see something that's fabulous that could relate to your business. Hey, I just wanted to jump on real quick. Look at this. Wow. The colors, you know, it goes perfectly with maybe the what we were promoting today or the bags that we're putting together. I would love to get a bag in this particular. Sometimes it's like that. Sometimes I'm out in the park with my dog. I might be sitting on a bench and I'm like, you know what? This would be a great time to jump on Facebook and just thank my followers, let people know what we're doing in PWNC and etc. Okay, so you want to encourage your viewers to like and share the video. Who doesn't want to like your video? If they're your friends, sure, say, hey, if you like what I'm saying, if you like the message that I'm talking about, make sure that you share it with your friends, let everybody know, because remember, the more you share it with, they also have a network. So you're not only sharing it with your network and their network, but potential more networks. So it's almost like a trickle effect. Engage with commenters and mention them by name. So if you're on Facebook Live and say like Mary comes on, hey, Mary, thanks for joining, you know, blah, 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 as you're talking, you know, into your messenger, whatever. Hey, Joe, thanks for joining. People love hearing their names. People love that. They love to be shouted out. They like to be called out. It makes us feel like we're celebrities. So people love that. So make sure that you do that. All right, so now we're getting into some good stuff here. The Instagram Live tips and tricks, okay? So get your people involved. Let them know that you're going to be doing an Instagram Live. And what you can do is you can go on Wednesday, put a quick Instagram, I don't know, couple minutes, a minute, 60 seconds. Hey guys, this is Felicia Shankin. On Thursday, I'm going to be coming on live. I'm going to be talking about X, Y, and Z, how you can build your business with $100. I'll see you then. Make sure you check in. Okay, that's it. Simple. I told them what I wanted to do. I told them I'm going to be talking about how they can build their business with $100. Tune in. It took me less than a minute to deliver that message. So guess what? People are going to like that. They're going to follow you. So when you come on Thursday, yeah, I want to know how to run a business for $100. Let me check this out. Okay, again, with intention. What do you want them to hear about or talk about? Do a poll. You could do a poll beforehand. Hey, I'm coming on Thursday. I'm going to be talking about how to build a business with $100. What kind of questions do you want to know about? Or what kind of questions do you have for me about Thursday, about what I'm going to be talking about? You know, you can put a poll up. You know, how many are women? How many are men? How many are students? You know, and different things like that. So you want to be definitely you know, intentional about what it is that you're doing. And also let the audience know the topic or question that you picked. There might be a trend. Now, the pictures you see here is a woman named Sadie. I know her. She has 7,000 followers. As a matter of fact, what I did is I have her Instagram Live here. Okay, so as you can see, she has 7,000 followers. She's an influencer. She's an Amazon influencer. She's an Instagram influencer. Really, really nice woman. So as you can see, she has done different types of Instagrams. One of the lives that I really like that she did, a lot of times she does voiceovers. So there was one here, I think this is the one here, and I just thought it was amazing.
You surround yourself with good energy. I've really eliminated a lot of people in my life who weren't offering that anymore. And if I ever felt drained hanging out with a certain person, work related or on a friend level, then I just kind of let it go over time. Like, you need to surround yourself with good
and that's
energy.
not her talking.
I've really eliminated
That's
a lot
not
of
talking.
people.
She is doing a voiceover there. So she'll do different things like that. Or there was one where maybe she just had her picture up. As you can see, she's a beautiful girl. You know, she has a picture up. She's just showing a picture. And the thing she's saying is, I had some of the most fun on an interview yesterday with one of the most amazing women I've had the pleasure of meeting. Okay, so she put that up. She put some hashtags. She got 59 likes out of that, just off of one photo, hashtags, and what she was saying. Okay, so again, you know, do things with intention. There was another one. Okay, I got out of there. I'm sorry. There was another one that she did that I thought was kind of cool too. Sometimes she'll put up there other people that she has talking, maybe something
What
quick.
exactly goes on behind the scenes of Learn How to Marry?
Because the other one just got up at a point.
I'm so fucking litty right now. I'm so litty. I can tell. But
okay, so again, she does things with intention. All right, which is what you want to do. So mix it up. As you can see, sometimes she might have pictures, sometimes she might do lives. So again, you want to do things with intention. Now, what we're going to be talking about now is how to set up a YouTube channel. This is the only thing that I'm going to show a video on, because it's kind of hard to try to describe how to set up a YouTube channel if you have not done that already. So the video is, I believe, about maybe 3-4 minutes. So we're going to get it started.
If you've never had a YouTube channel and you want to make one, or you already have one but want to make a brand new YouTube channel, then stay tuned. I'm going to walk you through step by step on how to do that.
You got to just press record.
Hey guys, my name is Noel Molt with Think Media. Now let's jump right into this video. First off, we are going to create a brand new YouTube channel. If you don't have a Google account, that is what I'm going to walk you through. So first of all, go to youtube.com, and in this upper right-hand corner, you are going to see a sign in button. We are going to click on sign in. And at this point, if you don't have any Google accounts, if you don't have a Gmail, you're not going to see any of these accounts here, but what you will see is use another account, or it might just say create an account. But for me, I'm going to click use another account. So you're probably going to see this window right away. And now what you can do here is actually create account by just clicking create account. And you have two options, either for myself or to manage my business. Now you probably want to hit for myself because it's probably just your own personal YouTube channel, but actually I recommend hitting manage my business. And this is going to actually give you a few more options that you wouldn't be able to do if it was just a personal YouTube account. One of these perks of having what they call a brand account is multiple people can sign in. Rather than signing into your Google account and accessing your Gmail and all that, they can just sign into the YouTube channel. If it's for myself, you wanted someone else to sign in, they would actually have to get your password for your Gmail for everything Google. So that is one major reason. Another reason that's really cool is you can have a different name on your YouTube channel than your actual Google account. So if you do for myself, your YouTube name will be your Google account name, but not everyone wants to do that. So I definitely recommend going with that brand account. Now, when filling out this page, your name right here, this is not going to be what shows up on your YouTube channel. You'll be able to choose that later. So you can really choose whatever you would like here. Now, right underneath that, we have your email address. And if you don't have a Gmail account yet, you're going to want to hit this button, which is create a new Gmail instead. Now you need to create a username that goes before the @gmail.com. And if you do something that is already taken, when you hit password, it's going to show you that this username is taken and to try another. So you want to find one that is unique and has not been used before. So I'm going to add a number to the end of mine, and it also gives you some suggestions. So maybe I want to click on this one instead. And now I know that this one is available, and it even recommended it to me. So now I'm going to choose my password. Then we're going to hit next, and then we need to fill this page out for Google. So if we need a recovery email address, this doesn't have to be a Gmail, it could be anything. And so you're going to put in a few things here. After filling that out, you'll hit next again. And then on privacy and terms, you can read this and then scroll down at the bottom, you'll hit I agree. And right here it says your Google account is all set. Now you can add your business profile. So what we want to do actually is hit not now. We are going to go straight to YouTube and finish creating our YouTube account. Now we're back on the YouTube page, and we know our channel is created because up here we can see our icon and our name. But there's a very, very, very important step that you need to know next. I want you to go to your channel icon and hit create a channel. So we are going to click that button, and then we're going to see this. It says your creator journey begins, and we're going to say get started. Now here we're able to use our own name, or we could use a custom name, which is what I want to do. And now I can choose a channel name and I can put that in here. So I've chosen my name, I click, I understand, and I hit create. And at this point, now I've created a YouTube channel. Now we have a brand channel. So remember that if you want to change your name at any point, you still can do that. You just got to go into your settings and change that. Now I have videos already talking about how to upload a profile picture and all that kind of stuff. So I'm going to avoid that, but go back to YouTube. And then we can see here, when we click on our icon, we can go to your channel. And at this point, you have a YouTube channel. You can go into the comments, you can post a video, you're officially a YouTuber. If you want to create another YouTube channel, maybe for some different content, and you already have a channel, you want to click on your icon and then go into your settings. On this page, we're going to go to your channel and we're going to find add or manage your channels. We'll click that. And here we're able to open up a brand new YouTube channel. When creating a new channel, it's automatically a brand account, and you can put in your name right there and create it. It's very, very simple, but that is how you do it. Now there's one last thing that is the most important part of this video, and you definitely want to do this. This next step is going to give you access to do custom thumbnails. You can post videos 15 minutes or longer. You can live stream, and you can also appeal content ID claims. Here's how you do this. Back on youtube.com, you want to click on that icon again. This time we're going to go into the YouTube studio. In the YouTube studio, we're going to go to this bottom left corner and we're going to go into the settings. Next, we're going to click on channel and then feature eligibility. We can see that the default features have already been enabled, but for this, we do want to enable this as well, which is what I was talking about. And all you need to do this is to verify a phone number. So click on that button. And then what you'll do here is you will want to hit text me. I like to have them just send a text and it happens right away. You type in your phone number and then you want to hit submit. Right away, you're going to get a text message, and then you want to open that up and put in that 6-digit number into Google. You'll hit submit, and now congratulations, your YouTube account is now verified and you are completely set up. The next step is definitely to set up your profile picture as well as your banner, and you can click on the screen right now to watch.
Okay.
If you've never had a YouTube channel and you
Okay, so I don't know how many are out there using a YouTube channel now. YouTube is a great resource, especially now. I cannot tell you how many people blew up in 2020 using YouTube. And I don't know how many of you guys know this, but once you hit, I think it's 1,000 subscribers, you started making money from YouTube. So imagine that. They started paying you for your content. So if you have good content and you have already hit 1,000 views, not 1,000 views, I'm sorry, 1,000 subscribers, you can potentially start making money now. So what I want to show you before we started getting into the tips and the tricks here is I have another open window here for you to look at. Okay. So She Boss Talk, okay, I know this woman too. Her name is Shanti Orati, okay? And basically what she does is she works with women too, an organization. Her company is housed in Ohio, okay? So during COVID, all right, I would say in 2019 of December, I think she might have had something like, I don't know, 14 followers. So what she did is, okay, 2020, because she tells people how to find grants, how to look for grants, as you can see, about the SBA loans, the IDA loans, the PPP, different things, how to talk about grant applications, new grants for small businesses. What she did is she was already doing this on her Facebook page. She was doing it as a live, and she decided to do it on Facebook, hook it up with YouTube so that she could start getting a broader audience. Well, okay, this, like I said, remember now, in 2019, she had maybe about 11, 12 followers. Okay, we're in 2021 now. Now she is up to 39.4 thousand subscribers, talking about not her service, she's talking about a product. So she actually learned how to maximize on this. She's talking about grants, and different things like that. She's talking about money. Who wouldn't want to learn how to make money as far as getting free money from the government? So she's just letting people know information. So when you're on YouTube for two reasons. You're either going to give people information, you're going to talk about entertainment, or you're going to be giving them resources. Those are your options. So wherever your business fall in there, that's how you can get it. But she went on, and that's all she's doing. She's just talking about like, and then her lives, I think her lives are depending on, you know, what day. She might do it 30 minutes. She might do it 15 minutes. She might do it. I know in the beginning, she was doing it for like maybe 45 minutes, which I think she felt was a little long. So she decided to cut it back. But I mean, on one video alone, she got 1.7 thousand views. That was streamed 3 days ago. And this, I think she was just bringing on, telling people about the board members, the new board members that she set up that, you know, I'm going to see if you can hear this.
The She Boss Up grant applications are open today. We're super excited. Welcome. This is She Boss Talk. I am Shantae Roddy. I am joined here today with some of our grant committee members. So I'm going to allow them to introduce themselves to you. So you know some of the ladies who will be vetting out your application.
Okay, that was a 30-minute video just telling people. Now, I was asked also to be a part of this board, but because of my time strain, I wasn't able to, but she is doing some fantastic things in the community. And that was 30 minutes. She was talking about her grant board, and that got 1,700 views. So again, you want to do things with intention. So do your research. Find out what your audience is interested in. She knows her audience is interested in learning about free money, how to find grants, how to find those different things like that. That's what she maximized in. I think last month from YouTube, she got a check for over $7,000 just for having that many people that are subscribed to her channel. This is what she's going to be getting every month. The more numbers that goes up, the more money she is going to make. YouTube loves content. If you have content, if you have something, say you are an instructor and you teach a class, you have content, put it out there. You don't have to go on there and be for an hour and talk about, but you can break it up. I train on Google products, okay? So I might want to chop Google products up, go in there, do a 15-minute video. Maybe I say, okay, well, meet me on Thursday. I'll talk a little more about this, do another 15, break it up, be intentional as far as what you want to do. You want your videos to be much more specific. You don't want to put out any generic information. You want to go on there with a purpose like everything else. You want to have a plan. You want to go in, say what you got to say, and at the end, a call of action. Now, when you're ready to make your video, you can say, I'm going to be talking about blah, 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 and everything like that. Now, that person searching for your content is going to go right to your video. So there is, I think it's on the next slide, I'll be showing you how you can go into the search bar and it pulls down and shows you if you put something in. What is your targeted audience? Typing in YouTube and Google search bar, rank your videos. The more content you're giving, the more that they're interested in, the higher the algorithm is going to be, like everything else, and the higher on the poll and YouTube your videos are going to be. How to rank. Again, what is your target audience searching for? If you sell products, okay, say like you have, I don't know, I'm just going to throw something out there, a popcorn maker. This is the best popcorn maker that's ever been made, okay? You got people out there, maybe they're looking for that, all right? So you want to market it, whereas, okay, pop popcorn in 2 minutes, pop popcorn in 1 minute with this hot air popcorn machine or whatever. People are looking for that. So if they put that in, that's going to pull you up. And of course, they're going to go to your channel. Set up recurring revenue. Again, 1,000 subscribers. That's when you start making money on YouTube. Now, you're not going to get 1,000 subscribers overnight unless you got something that no one else has, and you are fabulous, and you're a rock star, and boom, in a couple days or a week, you get 1,000 subscribers. I'm not saying it can't happen. I have seen it happen, but the chances of you getting 1,000 subscribers, if you haven't paid for them, is, it's going to take you a while to build up. She was one of the lucky ones. She was able to build that up in a year. That doesn't always happen. She was just one of the fortunate ones. Great content is king after you do your research. Okay, so this is what I wanted to show you. When you go into your YouTube box, okay, if you put in how to, you can see all these things that come up. Now, I was looking for how to do something in iMovie. I love doing iMovie. I do a lot of videos for my website. When I'm doing little clips and different things, I do iMovie. So I was looking for how to, I think it was add something to iMovie. I forgot exactly what I was doing. But you see, as soon as I put in how to, all this dropped down. These are videos that people have done of how to, whatever it is that you want to know to do on iMovie. These are the top ones that came up. And the same thing here. Say like I wanted to look for finance. I put in finance. Look at all of this. Finance girl, finance boy, finance assignment, finance degree, finance 101, finance management. Whatever it is you're looking for, it's here. They have it. Okay, one of the best things ever is this keywordseverywhere.com. That is your best friend. If you're looking for keywords, this website will show you keywords on Google, Amazon, and YouTube, okay? Think about the audience first, what it is that you want to do, zone in on them for the people that you're looking for. People are searching for a specific question to a problem. That's where you want to be, right front and center. There's a free version of this, but also there's a paid version, and I think it's something like $10 a year. Very affordable. Again, that is keywordseverywhere.com. And you guys are going to get a copy of the PowerPoint and the video, so you'll be able to go back and review. All right. How creative are you in your business? We're going to be wrapping up. What are you doing that others are not? How are you standing out in your business with digital marketing? What is your strategic plan? What collaborations are you doing? People love collaboration. Sometimes you can get together with other people and, hey, you never know what happens. Who's in your circle of network that has skills that can help you? So maybe you can't do iMovie, or maybe you can't do something that you want in your business. That's where the collaborations. You might have someone in your network that is fabulous at doing iMovie that you don't even have to pay them for. Maybe you say, well, hey, if you help me with my iMovie, maybe I can help you with your marketing. So you guys work together. Okay, pick a digital marketing platform, perfect that, and then go to the next one. Perfect that and go to the next one. So you might want to perfect Facebook Live. Okay, wow, you can do Facebook Live now in your sleep. You got a lot of followers. People know when you get on, you know, there's going to be engagement. All right, so maybe now you want to go to Instagram. All right, boom, you done that. Like I said, YouTube takes a while to build up subscribers. So you can start on YouTube, and as you're doing YouTube, just continue to build up. Think of content you can put on there and build up your following. What are you good at? Let everyone know what you do so you can get more clients. So you might be good. Like I tell people, I can do marketing in my sleep. I can do, that's what I'm good at. I didn't go to school to get a degree from it. My school is from life, having businesses. This is not my first, second, third, fourth, fifth business. So marketing is something that I know how to do. Okay. Perfect your story on digital marketing, your pitch, your topic, your brand, and your company. Finish with a call to action. Let people what you want, you want them to do. Let them know what you want them to do. Okay. Hey, my name is Felicia Shankin. My business is the Philadelphia Women's Network Connection. What we do is X, Y, and Z. We're having an event come Thursday. Here is the link. We would love for you to attend. Boom, done, finished. All right. So we're coming to the end of this. I'll have time for you guys to have some questions. This is how you can connect with us. My title is a Women's Strategist and Business Builder. Again, my organization is the Philadelphia Women's Network Connection. Our website is phillywnc.org. If you would like to email me, you can email me at felicia@phillywnc.org. Also, I just want to let everyone know that I will be teaching another webinar for Temple next month. It's going to be on December 16th, the same time at 1:30. And the topic of that is reach customers with Google. You can register now. I think so far we already have 23 people that are registered for this workshop. It is a free workshop. And if you would like to know how to use Google's products and different things like that, I think this would be a great webinar for you to get on to. Okay, so we're going to have Gaba come back and we're going to look at some of these questions here and see what it is that you guys are asking.
Yeah, Ms. Felicia, thank you for the wonderful presentation.
You're welcome.
Before we dive into the questions, I just want to remind our attendees that I'm just going to post a 30-second survey about today's webinar. You know, as usual, your feedback is always required, even as it helps us to improve on the services we provide to you at a low cost. So please, before we dive into the question, you know, kindly take a 30-second and help us to fill out the survey, please. Okay, I just pasted it. So where do we start? Do we start from the Q&A or from the chat box?
I think there's only one question in the Q&A, so we'll start with that and then we'll go into the chat.
Yeah, that's not even a question, because it was like, I think a small business really was actually trying to ask, you know, when we did the poll, we didn't include TikTok.
Oh, well, you know what? I'm going to be honest with you. I don't do TikTok. That's not where my audience is. So unfortunately, I don't do a training on that. I'm sure that Temple, somewhere in their data bank, they probably have someone teaching that, but I don't do that. Sorry.
Yeah. Then I think when we go to the chat box, I can see, you know, a question from Peggy, and Peggy was like, do you update your personal Facebook page and the business page daily?
Do I update my personal page and business page daily? No.
Yes.
No. The only time now, when you say update, do you mean update with content, update with photos? So be a little more specific as far as the question that you're asking. If you're talking about content, every day I put different content on my Facebook page, yes, because I run 2 businesses. I have a Facebook group and I also have 2 business pages. So I'm constantly putting content on those pages. If you're talking about as far as pictures and different things like that, that's your level of comfort. My profile page, picture and my background picture, I might change that from time to time. Like now, because we have the international podcast, so on my Facebook page, the cover page is talking about the podcast, and then I have a picture specifically for me. So I hope I answered your question.
Okay, thank you very much. We have, Johan was actually asking if the link for this video will be sent. Please, to all our attendees, just as I rightly said from the onset, you know, at the end of the webinar, you know, a copy of the PowerPoint and the link to this particular recording will be sent to all the attendees. So yeah, it's something we usually do.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, so you will be getting a copy of the PowerPoint and the video to follow along, because like it's only an hour. So unfortunately, I can't slow down and take my time, but I want to try and give you guys all the content during the hour.
Yeah, I think we've got one from Charlie, you know, from the Q&A.
Okay.
Charlie was like, since your experience has been true experience rather than formal, how do, I don't get this. Let me take it again, please.
Let me see.
Yeah.
Since your experience has been through experience rather than formal, how do, okay.
Yeah,
all right.
something is missing.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the question is asking me.
Oh, education.
Okay, so since you're educated, been through experience rather than formal, how do you sell yourself? I sell myself by marketing, by doing digital video marketing. That's how you do it. That's how you get yourself out there, and forming relationships. You know, relationships are so important. You don't want to get out there and go into people's inboxes and go out there and just sell your product and just send messages saying, hey, buy my product. I don't know who you are. I'm not going to buy your product. You could be a scammer for all I know, trying to get my information. Whereas Gaba, I know him. So I'm going to go, the chances of me going and buying his product is going to be 100% better than yours. So you just got to put yourself out there, get out of your comfort zone. Like I said, you know, do a Facebook Live on only me. That's a private setting. Get in there, get comfortable with talking into the camera, get comfortable with your body language, get comfortable and look at and go back and look at some of the things that you're doing. Every time I do my show every Tuesday, even though it's a half an hour show, I go back and I look at my show. I want to see what the expression is on my face when my guest is talking. I want to make sure my lighting is good. I want to make sure that they're understanding what I'm saying. So just put yourself out there. There's no right or wrong answer for that question.
You know, the same person is still asking, meaning, how did you sell yourself when you first started building your resume?
Oh, okay. All right. So basically, I was just getting on people's Zooms, you know, businesses all the time. If you go onto Eventbrite, there's tons of Zooms out there. I would just get on Zooms. And like I said, you don't see it now in my description, but I usually put in, you know, Felicia Shankin, hyphenated PWNC. Or sometimes people will ask you where you are coming in from, what city you're coming in from, or whatever. Or I might put into the chat, connect with me on LinkedIn, you know, and then put my LinkedIn address up there. So I'm always mentioning my businesses when I'm either asking a question. One of the examples here, how I was able to connect with Temple. I think it was one of these trainings like this. I put in a question. Someone saw it was the Philadelphia Women's Network Connection. They asked me, hey, what is that about? Boom, next thing you know, I'm one of the speakers for Temple. So it's just a matter of, Cheryl, getting yourself out there. That's the best thing that I can tell you.
Okay, I think we are far running out of time. You know, we've actually spent many time. Yeah, before we wrap it up, let me quickly run through the Q&A, no question, and the chat, no question. So
yeah, I'm just going through the chat. You're welcome, everyone. I'm glad that you enjoyed the content. It's great content. My best advice to you is just to get out there and start doing it. You're welcome, Cheryl. You're welcome. There is no right or wrong answer. There is no right or wrong way to do video marketing. You just have to get out of your comfort zone and you have to do it. So when you get the PowerPoint and you get the video, again, you'll be able to go through that and just, you know, follow along with me, because again, I know it was a little fast, but we only had an hour. But my best advice, you know, just keep doing it. I had to do it at one point too. And let me tell you something, I hate Facebook Lives. I hate them, but I know I have to do them. So, you know, just get out of your comfort zone and do it. But I think we're out of time. You guys have my information. If you have any more questions, please, you know, you can always email me at felicia@phillywnc.org. So I hope to see some of you next month at the Google training. It's going to be a great training.
Okay, just a quick one before we wrap it up. You know, on behalf of the Temple Small Business and Development Center, I want to officially thank you, Ms. Felicia, for taking your time. Thank you for all your effort. Thank you for a wonderful presentation. And of course, yes, please. And of course, to my fellow Temple Small Business and Development team members, I want to thank you for all your usual support, your hard work. Without much ado, I'll bring the webinar to a close. Thank you once again to my attendees for keeping it a day with us, because without you guys, we wouldn't have been here. Thank you once again, and do have a nice day.
Bye, everybody. Have a good Thanksgiving.
Yes, please.